Okay, guys. So the most important thing, as we saw in the first section, is to maintain control over the hips. One way I can check that is have my partner test me, right? I put my hands out wide and low, I'm centered over him, the feet go together, and I drive my hips into him. And now I just have him sort of test my base a little bit. Maybe he can touch my hip, right? And he can move me side to side a little bit, and I see that I'm pretty heavy. Then I know that when he starts to throw me, right, to side motion, go ahead, I'm going to be able to catch, right? And when he throws me to the other side, I'm going to be able to catch. Okay, so this is how I can test my base. I want to put my hips in, and maybe even take my hands off the ground and arch and see, can I be balanced here and centered? And if I can, I know that I'm making the pressure right, and that's the pressure that I want to feel on him and that he wants to feel on me, from me the entire time. So now, of course, the person is not just going to push you side to side on the side of your rib cage. They may also be very, very eager to turn over. And when I spread my hands low and wide and I stay centered, hands stiff on the mat, 45-degree angle, feet together, and I persistently crush the hips here, right? When that happens, and the person tries to throw me to the side, they're also going to try to turn over. So as they try to roll over to the same side they're throwing me, go ahead, they may easily roll over the leg, right? And because the leg is not strong enough or balanced enough because the knees are light, then I'm going to have a problem. I'm going to end up on my back. I lose the mount. They've got a better position. Let's go back, please. So here's what we're going to do. Let's spin around, please, 180 degrees. We're going to do something very simple. We've seen this before with the Americana arm lock. Back hook in, front knee open, right? As I establish my mounted position, hands low and wide, 45 degrees, stiff arms, feet together, knees barely touching the ground, and pressure downward, persistently crushing the hip. When they move me to the side, I'm going to catch the head. Go ahead, move me to the side. I'm going to catch the head with the hand, and I'm going to stick my arm out straight. And then I'm also going to put my back hook in and open my front knee a little bit, just like this. Now we go to the other side, and as we do, look, I switch the hooks, right? So I always want to catch the back hook in. When I put my hook in, be careful not to do this. Don't wrap the ankle so they can straighten the leg and escape the hook and put it back to the middle. Now I don't have anything to hold on to. When I put my hook into the sky, straight up so that my feet and toes are pointing towards the ceiling. This is what I want. This high level hook also helps keep pressure on the hips because it's going to allow me to keep my knee, again, barely touching the ground, which means all the pressure and weight can be on the hips, right? So even with the feet together, it's easy to switch the hook. Boom, boom. And that's why my hooks are able to be as mobile as they are. Because the knees are barely touching the ground. The knees are light. The pressure's on the hips, so it's very easy for me to switch, right? So this is what it looks like. I'm here, I'm holding, and my back hook, which is the same side that wraps the head, that's going to be in, and the front knee is going to be open. And this is my base. And when it's time to switch, just like this. Wide, 45 degrees, hook the head, back hook in, front knee open. When he pushes me again, there we go, right? So the hands are first, and a second later the hooks go, right? Almost at the same time. So when we move through the entire drill, let's turn this way, actually, so we can see everything. When we move through the entire drill, I start the same way. Hands out, 45-degree, arms stiff, hands firmly planted on the mat. Center line, don't go too far to one side or the other. Put the feet together, drive the pressure into the hips, and when he moves me, I catch the head. And look, the back hook goes in and the front knee is open. The other hand is a base. So now I've got two base points. One is the hand on the mat, the other is the front knee, which is open. Then I've got two anchor points. One is the hand behind the head, and the other is this hook. So this is called anchor and base. Anchor and base. As he moves me to the other side, I switch the hook. There. Base, base, anchor, and anchor. Make sure the hook is high and not too low so he can escape. High hook, strong stiff arm, and keep your knees light by driving the pressure in the hips. If the pressure comes off the hips, partners, tell the person on top of you, you need to put more pressure. That's what we need to feel. Go ahead again, please. Pressure through the hips the whole time, again. And we just switch back and forth like this a couple times. All right, makes sense, guys? Let's give it a try. Thank you, Larry.